This lecture covers Chapter 4 in your textbook on management functions. The ability to handle change is one of the most important skills a manager who is a leader can have. Successfully managed organizations invest in their people. In the past, management tended to function from a more autocratic and power of position focus. Today's management style has evolved in power derived from leadership rather than power derived from position. Effective management is a process that begins with establishment of goals and ends with assessment of the achievement of those goals. The functions of today's healthcare manager are much more diverse, complex, and interdependent. Figure 4-1 illustrates the four basic functions of management: planning, decision-making, organizing, and implementing. These four primary management functions are critical to making the laboratory a productive and competitive organization. Successful outcomes require coordination, communication, collaboration, and participation. Figure 4-2, the relative functions within management levels. Planning is important at all levels of management. However, its characteristics vary by the level of management. As you progress from lower levels of management toward upper levels of management, the mix of required skills changes. In the lower levels of management, the technical skills are more frequently used along with the people skills. In the upper levels of management, conceptual or cognitive skills are more frequently used along with people skills. The increase in conceptual and people skill levels is often a function of experience and not something that can simply be taught. Planning is the most fundamental management function. It is a function where goals, vision, core values, and mission are established. Planning is the stage in which policies and procedures are put into place. The major components of the planning function include mission statements and core principles, innovation and vision, assessment, goal setting, and tactics. Please refer to pages 96 and 97 in your textbook for an in-depth description of these major components. Every healthcare provider and/or medical laboratory service should have a mission and vision statement that is clear and conveys the direction of the organization. The mission statement defines the organization's purpose and primary objectives, while the vision statements also define the organization's purpose, but in terms of the organization's values. Goals should be challenging but achievable. Long-term goals are broad ambitions that are often met through a series of smaller, more focused objectives. Objectives are often developed as directives for accomplishing the established goals. Goals are expected to be SMART, which stands for S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable, R, realistic, and T, timely. They stem from the organization's vision and mission. It is best to keep in mind when making any decision who and what will be affected by the decision. Taking into consideration the desired consequences, as well as the possible ramifications, makes the best decision-making process. As a management function, organizing is a skill that contains a number of activities and responsibilities. Effectively organizing and leading a workforce requires prioritizing, coordinating, communicating, collaborating, team building, and directing. Organizing for a specific activity usually entails being aware of the organizational structure with which the laboratory operates. There are a number of organizational charts and modeled hierarchical structures that describe many types of organizational management systems in healthcare. This includes simple multi-level pyramids as shown in this slide, or complex multi-layered figures which profile lines of authority and communication as well as illustrate patterns of coordination. The three C's: coordination, collaboration, and communication are most important for the organizing function of management. Coordination requires that various portions of the plan move at specified speeds so they remain synchronized. Collaboration is the act of working together to achieve a common goal. May be required both internally and externally to the department and requires cooperation. It also requires definite managerial expertise regarding people's skills. Experienced managers will find ways to use the grapevine to their advantage. Today's computer technology is, to some extent, making the grapevine obsolete. With electronic mail availability, the manager is able to disseminate accurate information to all personnel in a timely manner. This type of communication does not eliminate the need for face-to-face discussion. Another form of communication that is available to the manager is called the chance encounter. Chance encounters are those times when a manager is walking through the workplace and is approached spontaneously regarding an issue or question. Chance encounters are informal and may involve only a single employee but still provide an additional opportunity for communication. Implementing and controlling could be separate management functions but are discussed together under one function because in practicality, they should occur simultaneously. As implementation takes place, control systems must be in place at all levels. Controlling is a performance measurement of implementation whereby adjustments and corrective actions can be made to ensure that organizational goals are achieved. The major core components of the implementing and controlling functions are listed in this slide. One of the most critical attributes of a successful manager is the ability to balance multiple responsibilities. Although it would be ideal to keep everything evenly balanced, this goal is not realistic. This balancing act becomes more complicated when there are two or more sides to an issue that require the manager to weigh and consider all potential outcomes as illustrated in this slide. In addition to the ongoing struggle to maintain a balance of functionality, a number of external pressures are also encountered by laboratory management. Figure 4-4 illustrates the many external forces that may put pressure on a manager in regards to what needs to be done and when. Although the functions of a healthcare manager can be grouped into four primary categories: planning, decision making, organizing, and implementing or controlling, they do not exist separately, but rather are interconnected in a type of concentric circle. If one of the functions is weak or non existent, the success of the project may be compromised. One of the most critical attributes of a successful manager is the ability to balance multiple responsibilities. In the most basic interpretation, this refers to the ability to multitask, prioritize, organize, and keep agendas moving forward. Healthcare management functionality is complex and diverse. It requires formal learned skills, experience, and a high level of dedication and commitment. It presents to those involved significant challenges on a daily basis. In return, however, the successful manager will experience a significant degree of achievement and satisfaction.